he, has done that. He's good at throwing the frisbee or whatever. So we were throwing the frisbee, um, and they were in the pool. This was maybe like a day after or something, or maybe the same day. I don't really know. And they started from the pool. I heard, my cousin, well, my cousin thinks you're cute, or my sister thinks you're hot. Um, and I was like, it was just really weird because I'm like, oh, I was just kind of smiling, like, oh, that's nice, but I didn't really acknowledge them. Like, what am I supposed to say? Like, okay, thank you, or I was like, I'm not interested. I wasn't gonna say like, you know, oh, I think she's cute too. I wasn't gonna get into that whole deal. Um, and so we were kind of throwing the frisbee around. It was just really really weird. And then I like, at that point I'm like, oh gosh, this is serious or whatever. Not like serious, but like this is not just like a girl thinks you're cute and then just kind of like secretly watches you. That sounds creepy, but like doesn't make a big deal out of it. And then I guess it was just kind of weird. I kind of like I didn't really avoid them, but I was just kind of aware that something awkward might happen. And then we roasted marshmallow. It was Thursday night, and they were kind of walking around, and I saw them coming closer, and I'm like, oh gosh, I knew if someone without even knowing you, they just seen me from a distance, seen me with my shirt off or whatever, and swimming around, or seen me wakeboarding. That if they go out and say I like you or whatever, or I think you're cute, then it's they're gonna say something really intimate when they get closer to you and they actually know you or whatever. So I'm like, oh gosh, it's gonna be bad. So I see them coming over and they're kind of like closing in because we're like a whole family group, and I'm like, I see them, they were like wrestling or whatever, and I'm like, okay, I'm gonna make a run for it. This is my chance because everyone is coming in. Because I could have gotten like slow with a big group, but that would have I just saw the opportunity. I'm like, I gotta take it. So I just kind of take off, but I have my bad toe, and I was gonna be like, oh, I'm going out for a pass, oh, I don't like, I was gonna like play, maybe throw something that try to catch it or whatever. So I'm like focused on something, but then I just kind of run by, and then she says like, did you see that big spider over there? It was huge. And I just don't say anything. I'm kind of like jogging and not like sprinting, and I can't really run that fast because my toe. And she says, no, okay. As I don't say anything, and then I kind of run in. I grab my iPod and then I run it back in again. And I kind of just kind of lay low for a while, and I'm trying to avoid any other contact or from them, because I just did not want to deal with it. And it sounds like weird, but she was not like attractive. And then later, I'll say this: I found out she was 13, which would have made it even weirder if I was interested. I'm not that like I'm 15, not like that's like a huge age difference, but if I was like, I don't know, it's like if there's like a 2-year age difference like that, she has to be pretty attractive, I would say, for me to be interested. I don't know. This is getting kind of weird. But yeah, I don't even know what I'm saying. But like it was just weird. And then on Friday, I was kind of like, but at that point I was just kind of like to be aware, where are they? What are they doing? Are they here? Like they kind of disappeared for a while. I'm like, are they just gonna appear behind me? I'm gonna get trapped into a really awkward conversation. It sounds like it was like I was really weird about this, but it was just kind of in fun, a big joke or whatever. Because if I was, it would have been that big of a deal. And I just kind of would have laughed it off, but it was more fun, making it a big deal out of it, just because I don't know, build up the fun. I don't know. But I look over and I see, as I'm helping my uncle, whose cabin we stayed at, get some stuff out of his truck. I'm like, I was carrying something, and I was just talking to him because he had just arrived, and I look over to the Darby house or whatever, and I see the girl that likes me and her like little cousin or whatever like looking at me from the top window, and I look over and then they like crouch down. It's like, okay, why don't you just look the other direction? Like that's way better than so I can see you, because they still have their hands up, they're like pushing themselves down. I'm like, okay, this is weird. So I kind of just grab something, then run back, and I'm like, oh, this is really weird. I'm tell Clay and my sister about it, and I was it was just like, okay, this is weird. This is weird. And then well, I guess I haven't. I'm supposed to send that. So there was a storm that happened, which I'll get into in a second. And there's some pieces of debris that we picked up, because we had went down to the dock after we ate dinner and picked up these, or we were checking out the damage, and we went over and we saw that they were coming this way, and we're like, oh, they're going to the store, nice. And then they turned. This was the Freedom, the girls that likes me, and hey, gameplay, and her cousin or whatever, and they they see us and they kind of come into the dock, and I'm like, oh gosh. So I was like, okay, let's go this way, let's pick up some pieces of debris, and act like they're actually pieces of foam from the dock that broke off, 'cause it's a pretty crazy storm, but I'll get into that in a second. And so we pick it up. I'm like, okay, let's act like it's really heavy, so we're grunting and we don't have to like talk to them. So we're like, have these pieces of foam, and I'm trying to like cover my face up or whatever. We're like, ugh, acting like this piece of foam was super heavy. And they're walking by. I'm like, oh gosh, here it goes, here it goes. Because I hadn't really like seen him up close or whatever. And then all she says to me is, "You're really cute." And I'm like, I do like this. Oh, okay. It was like a weird like it was like an acknowledgement, but I wasn't like I was gonna say like thanks, but then I just kind of, as I didn't stop walking by, and I just kind of did like, I guess it was kind of a thanks, but it was just really weird. And I'm kind of like, oh my gosh. I was like, what the hell was that? What just happened? We walk back, we grab our cake, and I explain it, to the whole family or whatever. And it was just like, oh my gosh, that was so weird. What just happened? And like the way she said it, it was just like, I was like, what do you want me to say to you? Like, did you think when you were yelling at me that I didn't hear that you said that? Like, I appreciate that you like me. I mean, you're free to like me all you want. If you want to like watch me when I don't know you're watching me, that's okay. I don't care. But do you have like, you're torturing me, man. Like, it was weird. Like, if I were to be if I was interested in you, I would have like, obviously, if a girl I like says that I'm cute or whatever, I'm gonna be like, oh, might go talk to her. Like, I would not avoid her. Maybe I don't know. That just seems like something you might do. Apparently she didn't get that, and I had to deal with that or whatever. And then they were like wrestling around or whatever, and she was like, oh, nothing to see here, everyone's okay. And I'm like, okay, like I don't know who she was talking to, but I heard it. I'm like, I was like, what? Oh, was that supposed to like entice me in joining in this wrestling match or something? Because no thanks, I'm perfectly fine, but all right. And that situation was really weird. I mean, it was like, oh, that's cool. Someone likes me. It's like, I've been wakeboarding, my muscles look good. I was tanning, I looked nice or whatever. So I'm like, oh, all right. But then it just got weird. Like, and like like, that's nice that you said you like me. Like, that's nothing wrong with that. But the fact that you repeatedly said that, and you're 13 years old, and you're not attractive, because you wore like the same thing for 5 days in a row. It was weird. Like, I don't know. If she happens to be listening to this video though, like, I'll talk to you or whatever, because I figure if you're listening to this video, you're like, if you spent the time to find me, then maybe I'm gonna get to comment like, I'm her or whatever. But I don't know. I was thinking about like how I should say this, 'cause I didn't want to come across like too mean if she would actually find this. But I don't know. Like, you're not a terrible person. I don't think that, but it was just strange for me, and it's gonna be a funny experience to laugh at. Oh, I was thinking about titling this like, I got stalked by a 13-year-old girl. Like, just to make me like, when I'm looking through my videos, think about like when I'm looking through my videos when we're older, I'll check like, oh, high school tips. Oh, that's kind of interesting. Google Chrome, Cydia tip. Star Wars Battlefield 3 commentary, or Battlefront 3 or Battlefront 2. Games all messed up there. Commentary. Oh, that's neat. And then like, I got stalked by a 13-year-old girl. What? I'm gonna click on that one. And then maybe I'll get into my whole series. I don't know. Maybe I'll already know. Maybe this will be like ingrained in my memory, episode 3.